My name's Guy Kesterman and I've been a professional bike and kit tester for nearly 25 years, and apologies for being in the kitchen today, but the workshop is in even more of a mess than my facial hair situation. So today, going through the latest Gore winter kit that I've been sent in for test. Always look forward to the Gore parcel arriving at the start of every season. They're, obviously leading fabric innovators. And they normally manage to put those fabrics together in a really performance-based package. So, starting off from the bottom, we have the C5 Thermo Bib tights. As you expect, they're tights. So, you've got bib at the top, nice bit of neon colour offset there as well, logo on there, mesh back, plenty of ventilation, and then you've got a windstopper style rear panel there to stop splash coming up from the rear wheel, and then you've got a load of multi-panel cut around there. You can see it's preformed around the knee, so that should stop it bunching nicely. And then so you've got a light fleecy, but it's quite a lightweight tight this. You've got a mid fleece layer underneath, and actually it's not aggressively. I mean, I have struggled in the past with some of the Gore windstopper tights that have got a lot of windstopper panels down the front, but this is still plenty of stretch in there. I mean, even though you've got all these different panels around the knee, and a different calf panel, different ankle panel, and then you've got a neon piece and a reflective piece there, so nice and safe in traffic. And then it's actually a fixed bottom, there's no zip on there, so we'll just have to see what the sizing's like on them. And I do sometimes, like I say, if they're over panelled or there's too much of the sort of stiffer windstopper fabric up the top, because I've got really large calves but really small thighs from standing up too much mountain biking, the fit isn't always that great on the Gore panel stuff. But because this is less windstopper, again it's just around the back for splash protection there, hopefully those are going to fit really, really well. Next up, we have, quite scared by this because this is a new Phantom. I mean, I've already gone on record as saying the Gore Phantom is one of my favourite jackets. Absolutely fantastic jacket, super versatile, combination of fabrics, and not just the fabrics, but they've always had this feature where you can just zip off a sleeve, and rather than it just being a basic gilet underneath, it's a little short sleeve, so effectively you've got a short sleeve shirt under there. I mean, it's a sort of thick jersey fabric, so there's no windproofing or weatherproofing in there. But again, makes it a super versatile garment. It looks mostly unchanged, which I'm quite pleased about. You've got windstopper all the way down the front. You've got windstopper on the top of the arms is there, well, and then windstopper on the front of the sleeves as well. You've got lots of reflective detailing on there. And then around the back, it's got a high stretch. This is what's changed. I mean, they actually had this material, recognise it from their urban jackets a couple of seasons ago, and it's a really good high stretch fabric in there. It actually looks like it's reflective as well. I'll have to check that, obviously get it under some lights. But so that's the major change there, is that you've now got this fabric in the side panels and around the base of the front. So that should give kind of a better fit, a better hug onto your body. And then at the base you've got a silicone detailed hem gripper there, quite a nice hem gripper with reflective detailing along the back. And classic 3-pocket jersey cut, and then a little zipped pocket as a bonus on the side there. And as you can see, the zips are a lot chunkier than they have been previously. I mean, shoulder zips are still the same, but the main zips definitely a lot chunkier on this new Phantom. So hopefully that'll boost zip strength as well, which has been a bit of an Achilles heel on Gore stuff at some time. And because the way it's styled, it's kind of a I mean, it's kind of a medium fit, so it works really well for mountain bike if you're going fast. But it's not so baggy you can't use it on the road, and that makes it pretty much spot on for gravel. Sorry, that's the spaniel at the door. I'll just go and let her in. You are a pain in the arse, Tilly. And then that brings us on to another windstopper garment. Actually, Gore-Tex, the new Gore-Tex naming regime means that anything that isn't pure Gore-Tex is still called Gore-Tex, but it's called Infinium. It's almost an Oakley-esque kind of nonsense name. It's not. Yeah, it's a name they've made up. But again, it's just quite a simple windstopper jacket in terms of it's all that single windstopper fabric. There's no difference in the front panel or the back panel. You can see there are stretch pieces down the side that are lighter weight, just to give it a bit more of a close fit. C5 means it's again it's kind of the medium fit. C7 is the really top end road stuff, the proper figure hugging pro stuff. C3 is the properly relaxed stuff. But you see sort of terry toweling backing on there, so that'll wick really well. But I mean, I said basic, but it's, you know, there's some lovely detailed featuring around there. You've got this scooped sort of almost neoprene fabric neck, so that comes right up around the nape to keep you warm there. The zip has got a little zip guard on it. The logo is split across the zip there, so nice little reflective detail there. You've got these cowled reflective cuff ends there, so they're going to hug really nicely over your glove. And then down the bottom, again, you've got reflective side panel there with plenty of stretching. Reflective side panel there, plenty of stretching to hug over your hips. And then this really long, stretchy hem, again, with reflective detail on there. And again, 3 pockets on the back with a little zip detail there. So kind of simpler in terms of fabric approach, but you know, I guess kind of a more consistent performance. If you're going, I would say, if you're going a little slower than if you were choosing the Phantom, this is kind of your all-day kind of steady away jacket, just because it's got that warmth across the back, and whereas the Phantom and the sort of other more top-end windstopper stuff tends to have a thinner back for venting and for wicking. This is your just plug away, nice and steady, get the winter miles in jacket. All the features do make, as typically for Gore, all the features do make them fairly expensive. This jacket is $169.99 in the UK. And interestingly though, the Phantom, even though it's kind of got all the, there you go, the removable sleeve features, and it's still got a lot of detailing in there, that's only $149.99. So of the two, I reckon the Phantom is the bargain there. Before I forget, tights are $119.99. And, completely forgot to say, they do have a pad in there. And it's good, you know, 3D formed Gore pad. I always get on really, really well with Gore pads. And you've got what they call the Windstopper Cup. Just a extra layer of fleecy backed Windstopper in there, just to stop the freeze getting into your particulars on fast descents or particularly cold mornings, where it can get really, really uncomfortable if you freeze your brass monkeys off. Which incidentally is an old Napoleonic naval term, where the brass monkey was the triangular stand that they put cannonballs on the ship of a Napoleonic, on the deck of a Napoleonic warship, and if it got really, really cold, that brass would shrink more than the pyramid of balls that were sat on top of it, so your balls would go everywhere because your brass monkey had frozen. There you go. So if you ever wanted to know where that came from, there it is, random as ever. And then, sorry. Finley! Finn! Hush! Apologies for Finley doing his guard dog duty there. And so, absolute class. I don't think this has changed at all. In fact, I hope not, because this is an absolute classic garment, much loved by everyone in this house. This is the Gore, let me get the name correct, Gore Windstopper Base Layer Thermo Turtleneck. 80 quid, 79.99, so seems like a lot of money to pay for a base layer. But the whole front of it is Windstopper fabric, which is showerproof and, unsurprisingly, very, very windproof. So massive amount of sort of thermal effect if you're a fast-moving, high-energy output athlete. And then lots of wicking, thin jersey material at the back, and it wraps right around over your kidneys with that protection there. So I use them for biking all the time. I mean, I'll often set out in a shell or a heavier duty layer, especially if I'm going somewhere high energy like Stainburn, and end up just riding around in this as my top, and mid-daughter nearly always steals them for her running as well. So Expensive on the surface, but a fantastic staple for certainly my winter wardrobe and for Freya's running as well. And because it's got that windstopper top, it'll also add a lot of warmth under a lighter weight shell, because you can open the front zip for ventilation with it and then still have that protection underneath. Sometimes if you open the front zip and you've just got a basic base layer underneath, you proper freeze. And as you'd hope, nice long sleeves, and it's well cut and the fabrics are brilliant. That's the short code on that one. And then finally, these are the Gore-Tex Infinium Stretch Mid gloves, or mid stretch gloves. No, stretch mid, I got it right the first time. And these are, I had a pair of similar gloves to this last year, which were just the stretch gloves. And to be honest, didn't really get on with them. They looked great. I thought they were going to be really, really promising. But they had absolutely no detailing on the palm. I think they were a running glove, basically, but somehow they ended up in the bike collection, or I ended up getting sent them. They had literally had, I think, a couple of bits of silicone just on the palm there, and they were lethal on any kind of bar or grip, just skittering all over the place. And to be honest, they didn't feel that warm either. So I wore them a few times just because, the colour worked well with outfits, but from a performance point of view, bit of a letdown. These they've got a little more weight in the fabric. The cuff's a bit taller. That's definitely got a bit more weight and a bit more thermal effect to it there. Gore logo on there, reflective. Nice mesmerising pattern on the back there. Reinforcement around the forefinger and the thumb. And as you can see, full grippers all the way across the fingers and the palm there. And a little gripper and phone use index finger there as well. And you can also get these as these are $42.99, but you can also get them as the C3 glove, which adds some sort of light padding, sort of like makes them more of a cycling specific glove. But I actually don't like padding in a glove, so I reckon these could hopefully, well, almost certainly going to be better than the previous version, which you still can get for $39.99. But these are the ones I go for sort of, well, general, still use them for running. There's a lot of crossover now between the running and cross-country skiing and biking ranges from Gore, but these definitely look like they're going to be a lot more usable on the bike, especially in kind of, 5 to 10 degree conditions, slightly damp, slightly windy, which is what we get for a lot of the year here in the UK. So there we go. That is sort of fresh highlights from the Gore 2021 collection. Apologies for the dogs getting involved. I'll be having words with them later. But thank you very much to Gore for sending in the kit. Thank you very much for my Patreon supporters who give a small monthly pledge to the channel, which let me do unsupported videos like this, kind of allow me pay for my time to do this and do give them money to buy things like a new camera, which I'm talking to you now on the GoPro 9. So if you like what I'm doing, please consider joining these excellent folk whose names have been scrolling up while I've been talking. But anyway, please subscribe, please click for notifications, and put click the thumbs up button for a like, because I hadn't quite realised until I did some research recently how much of a difference that makes in kind of flagging up how interactive you guys are with the channel and for boosting the amount of people that the videos get shown to. So if you could click that thumb, that would be massively appreciated. But for now, I've been Guy Kestevan on Guy Kest TV, talking about the new 2021 autumn-winter range from Gore Bikewear. Thank you very much.